Now we're good.
So my name is Jason Rich. I'm with Simplex Cornell. I'm going to give you a basic overview of the fire alarm system. Today is August 25th, 2013. What we have here at the main entrance is the fire alarm annunciator. This is the main, not the main panel, but this is an annunciator that is a mirror display of what's happening back at the main fire control panel. So basically this gives you the control functions to silence, reset, acknowledge any kind of activity that is happening. Currently it says system is normal, and it's displaying the time and date, which is normal. That's pretty much what it should always say, unless there's either trouble or some sort of event happening. So ultimately, what we have here, you can press acknowledge any sort of trouble that may come in. When I say trouble, like you know, for example, if the wire gets broke or if the smoke detector is removed, the trouble light will start flashing, and you can press a trouble acknowledge to silence the piezo, and it will display. You know, the smoke detector will display by room 12 or wherever it is. So if somebody's tampering with the equipment, removing it, everything is supervised to where if it's removed, it'll give you a trouble and a designation of where that device has been removed. And it'll tell you if it's a smoke detector or what kind of device it is. So you should be able to use these keys, the trouble acknowledge, alarm acknowledge, basically without having a B key. And the B key is the key that's universal for all our Simplex panels. We'll hand those over to you guys in just a bit, and it also lets you into the main fire control panel that's back in the electrical room. And you'll need the B key to be able to actually silence a general alarm and reset it if necessary. So you know, designated people would probably be the only ones that would want to have the keys. So ultimately, that's about it in a nutshell for the annunciator. Any questions?
Don't tape it to the wall next to
Yeah, no.
Well, no, the alarm.
And then, you know, the other thing is that key fits, you know, the pull station. So if somebody pulls a pull station, you need that key to open it up. Same key for this, same key for all the pull stations, and the key for the door to the panel.
So have you stayed with like the other house?
Yeah, I know.
Trouble trying to get this
God.
open.
But you remember at like 7 in the morning, the alarm would always go off.
On the pull station, if the handle's pulled, so you need the key to put the handle back up,
Yes.
but then the alarm will still not stop sounding until you
That's
put the key
correct.
in that panel.
That's right. You have, well, the whole purpose of that is basically for these two keys to work, the silence and the reset, you'll have to have that key in the on position. Okay, so in other words, they don't want just anyone walking in and hitting silence and reset. So there could be an actual emergency. They want to make sure that somebody of authority is investigating the problem, right? So, you know, the designated people have the key, put it in there, investigate. If it's not an emergency, then, you know, silence will silence the noise, and the strobes will continue to flash, indicating there's still an issue until the system is reset. When it's reset, it'll go back to this screen, and the strobes will turn off.
So there's no codes or anything? It's just
No
the key.
codes, no passwords, nothing like that you're going to have to remember. You know, nothing like that, unlike a security system. This is designated fire. Basically, it monitors all the local area smoke detectors that are in the common areas, the pull stations that are at all the exits, including, what do we call that building out there? The multi-purpose building out there. The same stuff, everything reports through that to over here. We have what are also called, you may not be familiar with, but they're called duct detectors. They're smoke detectors that monitor the airflow and the ductwork, okay? So if there's an issue with smoke going through the ductwork, that'll pick up, and it'll activate a supervisory condition which shuts down the air conditioning so that the smoke can't travel any further. If it's a real fire, then that smoke will eventually hit a smoke detector and then trip the general alarm. So until that is reset, the air conditioning will be turned off. And once you reset it, the air will kick right back on. Okay, so during an emergency and you're running around, you're already getting warm, you're gonna get warmer because the air is gonna be off. So if you wonder, don't, until it's reset, until the emergency is reset. Now, trouble won't create the air to shut off. I can't recall if we had doors. I don't think we had door holders here. Just air handler shut down. That was it, I believe, right? Okay.
And when you reset it, you don't have to then turn on the air conditioner again?
No,
It's just gonna
it's
stay.
automatic. It may take 30 seconds to kick back on once this is reset because they don't want stuff to cycle on and off in case you have a problem. So it may be a 30-second delay or something, but it will come back on like a thermostat.
But now, what I believe is the ACs won't shut down, but the fresh air units will.
Okay. Yeah, the duct detectors are monitoring, I believe,
The fresh air.
the fresh air only. So that's what shuts down.
Yes.
Unlike some other
ACs will
facilities.
continue.
Okay, so it's just the fresh air. Okay. So let's see. Like I said, you have in the rooms we have what we refer to as just standalone smoke detectors. They are not tied in to the fire alarm system. They run off 120 volts. They're not part of the fire alarm system. They're kind of like your house smoke detector. Okay.
If one goes off, they all go off.
If one goes off, yeah, those all in that assigned room, right area will go off. Now, if you have a general alarm, whether it's a pull station or a smoke detector in this area, the horns and strobes that you see, like that one right there, you got one right here, those are extremely loud. You'll get to hear that in just a second. The strobes flash, and then you've also got many sounders in each room also that make a noise also for indication to evacuate to whatever resident is inside there. So I believe that is it as far as going through that. What I'd like to do, I guess, is show you the main fire control panel again, which is a duplicate display of this. It's just a larger key where all the wires come in. And,
Question for
Yeah.
you, there's probably gonna be like 3 people with a key.
yeah.
What if they're not here and there's a false alarm situation?
The fire
You can't
station has
assume
police
that
out
they'll
here.
always be here.
Yeah, they'll have it. Basically, what they're going to come
They
in,
have to come here
and
do
again,
this.
when we come in, or when someone comes in, you should be able to press this button without using the key. It basically, see alarm acknowledge, which basically that light will be flashing. You press the alarm acknowledge, and it'll display where that event is. Okay, so you'll be able to see, or they will be able to see without a key, where to go to navigate and investigate the area. Okay, so even if they don't have a key, and then I'm not sure what their protocol is on being able to silence and reset. They may leave that up to the building management. I'm not sure. I don't know how they determine that. But they may have keys.
I guess the question was, like I said, false alarms happen a lot, and we try to contact UPD immediately if we can, because we don't want them to have to roll a fire truck. They're not happy about that. It potentially costs money.
Yes.
And so I guess the only way to stop that from happening is maybe to stop it is get the person with the key has to be here, do that, and then call immediately.
Well, if you call first thing before you
Maybe
even
they
work,
don't care
if
about
you
the
call
key.
them, if you can speak on the phone over the noise, you probably have to step outside. But by the time you dial them, and then of course, I'd recommend investigating the problem first.
Oh, of course.
Designate who's going to investigate it first, and you can have two-way communication where they investigate it and say, hey, there's not a problem, somebody broke some toast or something. Then you guys can, whatever your protocol is on investigating and silencing, then you go through that process and take care of it. And then you could have somebody call immediately or whatever. But I would say that when an alarm event happens, that communicator back there is immediately dialing out, and it is a tone dial, so it probably takes 20 seconds, 25 seconds before it's dialed and told their receiver over there that, hey, we got a fire. So that's kind of the transaction time you have to intercept that.
I'll probably put an information sheet like right above it, so people, if for some reason the three of us aren't here or four of us, someone knows what to do.
I mean, there's 60 plus people living here, and someone's always awake, so
Yeah.
usually the response is very quick.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to ask, about that scenario.
The more likely thing you'll have is maybe some kind of trouble that, somebody tries to tamper with something to remove it. Like I said, everything's supervised to where everything has a unique address and it displays, approximately where it's located. So if they tamper or try to remove it, it'll just basically show a generic or a trouble indicating the area where that's located.
That's what'll happen if someone tried to remove their smoke alarm from the room.
Now, not the room, because I don't think the rooms are supervised.
Okay.
Basically, it's the common areas like the halls. Like, for example, these are smoke detectors right here. Now, of course, they're out of reach, but maybe the one in the hall or a little bit lower. But if you spin that detector out, whether it's regular maintenance or cleaning, or regular mechanic, you will indicate a trouble. You'll say head missing, missing, we call main foyer entrance or something like that. Probably east and west or something like that. But, you've got two of them here. So, and ultimately, we went through and tested every single device, 100% inspection, and forwarded that documentation to the County jurisdiction. So, I'll show you real quick the main fire control panel.